So, King, what needs to happen to solve this problem?
I definitely think all of us should hold our leaders accountable in their different positions where they are in each of their cities. I feel like watching media and looking on social media, et cetera, is kind of taking us backward because we're not holding our leaders accountable. We're pointing fingers, at everyone else except our leaders, and we won't hold them responsible for what's going on in our communities.
King, I've been so proud of your trajectory because you're out there fighting for the community every single day. You just bought some land. You're helping raise young men up, teaching them about firearms. You're educating them. Tell us about what you do every day.
Well, I work with children. I've been working with them for 2 years now. I actually started taking temporary custody of children in my home. I work with children that have been molested, that have been sexually abused, that have been starved at home, etc. These children don't have anywhere to sleep, and I take them into my home and I make things happen. And we were in the process of opening a school for these children in the city of Albany. We're actually purchasing a school from our local school system, and we've been working on a deal for 7 months with our local school system, but they've been giving us pushback and trying to do things that are blatantly counterproductive to what we were trying to do. We were trying to open our own private school in the city of Albany, yet our school board leadership doesn't want those things to happen.
So the school board leadership, you're trying to help kids. You got a proven track record. The kids love you. Look at them in the ties, guys. This is Black America right here. Tell me what they're doing exactly to try to block you from helping these kids.
Absolutely. Well, we're actually trying to purchase a school from them that was up for demolition. Mind you, I'll say again, the school was up for demolition, and they gave us a contract back, a purchase sale agreement that said they wanted $500,000 or over $500,000 for this school that was up for demolition. And I wasn't even really too upset about that until I got the contract stipulations. I've never seen a purchase sale agreement where the seller tells the buyer what they can and can't do with the building. They put in the contract and said that the deed of conveyance shall contain a use restriction that we cannot use the school that we're purchasing to open a private or a charter school unless the Dougherty County school system is providing the core educational services, meaning they would get funding for the students coming to our school and we can't teach what we want to teach. We have to pay them to handcuff us to them. And I find that absolutely absurd how you're trying to do that to some children and make me sell my children out for $1. Absolutely not. I believe the taxpayers want this school to be donated to us. And the school superintendent told our community that the only way they could donate the school to us is if that we could prove that the school would be public benefit for the community. And clearly our school and our track record for the Expo Boys is proven. We're not an up and starting program. We've been running for 2 years. We have an 86% reading comprehension rate, 0% recidivism. Every child that's come to us from jail has never been back. And the school board knows, our superintendent knows that we have children in the juvenile system waiting on this school to be open. We have children that are in foster homes and group homes waiting for this school to be open. We have many parents waiting for this school to be open. And I've been stalling these parents for 7 months because they say that they are so busy that they cannot get this deal done. And I find it absolutely absurd that I have to keep telling these children to wait. And I decided today that I was going to cancel those negotiations with them because I had to get 3 phone calls after we had a meeting with our school superintendent that said allegedly that he said that we were a competition and he didn't want to donate.
See, there it is right there. There it is. King, is that the reason why they're doing this? They don't want any competition. Meanwhile, the system is failing our kids. Okay,
absolutely.
There needs to be accountability there. We see it all across the country. When you put these kids, give them a choice. They perform in charter schools. You cannot sell us a bag of spoiled goods saying just because they're poor and because they live in a different neighborhood that they can't be educated. We know that's not true.
Absolutely, and I find it very disheartening. I've been praising them on different media outlets because I was assuming that they were trying to work with us, etc. But to hear the blatant disregard for our students, thinking this is a game, a competition is a game to me. Our children are dying, and you're looking at them as competition. We're not even trying to get children from their school system. We're trying to get children from the judicial system, children on the street, children that are not even enrolled in your schools. And we absolutely made it clear that we wanted to be a partner with the Dougherty County school system, yet they still give us a contract that they say was in good faith. And you knew in a proposal that we sent you that we were trying to open our own school, yet you tell us we can't open our own school from a building that we're purchasing for $500,000 that was up for demolition.
King, we're not done with this story. This audience will continue to support you. We first introduced you on Fox and Friends and we will continue to support you because this is what the country needs. You're out there doing the work, and we're so proud of you. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you so much. Have some big boy faith, and let's make it happen.
You don't see Umar Johnson doing that, do you? No, you don't. You see him tricking off, acting the fool. Got a black man right here. Has a big heart. And he has faith. And he's doing what's right for his community. That is something that you don't see at all. And it's sad. It really is. People want to talk about, our school system, and you have a black man that's doing this, but I guess a lot of black people don't want to talk about it. But it is a competition. You know why? Because they want to dumb down kids, black kids. And there's also money in the prison system when you get a bunch of blacks in there. And they are and Randall's messing that up. King Randall's messing that up. That's the thing. He's not one of these weak, sellout, liberal blacks. He believes in independence. And he's doing things for black boys. You don't see any of the liberals doing that. They just want to prop up black women because they're easy to manipulate. Okay, the ones that just don't think and just want instant gratification and just want to be seen. Okay, compared to helping black men, because if you help black boys that will become men, they will want wives who will focus on having a family, and then you'll bring back the 1950s of strong black families, and then they'll have I'll be honest with you, they'll probably will have real competition because the job market will now have competent black men competing for jobs or making their own businesses, and they don't want that. There's money in the degeneracy of black people. There's money in the degeneracy of people, period. And that's what they want. That's what the left wants. The right is just is racist, but so is the left, just in subtle ways. Malcolm X warned about these people. 21-year-old Georgia man and military veteran who founded an organization seeking to help young black kids stay out of jail and acquire life and job skills, claimed Tuesday he is being stonewalled at every turn by the local school administration in his quest to purchase a to-be-demolished school building as a charter institution. And that's what they don't like. They don't like this because that means kids will have a choice, will have a chance at a real future. See, Democrats really don't give a damn about black people. You think the right don't give a damn about black people. The left extremely doesn't give a damn about black people. They want you on the government's on government handouts for the rest of your life. And they want you destroyed either with constant dependency on the government or, being destroyed by taking on the LGBT lifestyle or going to jail, which you want in life, or being aborted by the abortion mill created by a white supremacist named Margaret Sanger, whose idol was Adolf Hitler. Planned Parenthood. Either of the ones I've mentioned, they want black people dead. Socially, mentally, and physically. King Randall joined Lawrence Jones News Primetime to discuss his organization, the X for Boys, and how he believes his organization is doing a better job than government or the media at holding elected leaders accountable for systematic problems in local communities. I feel like watching media and looking on social media, etc., is kind of taking us backwards because we are not holding our leaders accountable. We are pointing fingers, at everyone except our leaders. And we won't hold them responsible for what's going on in our communities. The Alabama, Georgia native said. Randall told Jones that in Albany, the Dougherty County schools were planning to demolish a building that he wanted to purchase to use as a charter school for the youth in his program. However, he said it appears that the district, in his words, are afraid of competition from private institutions. That's what it is. Because, these public schools aren't really great at educating kids. But these charter schools where people are actually passionate about preparing the next generation, they don't like that competition. Okay. They don't want that. Okay. You could always tell when somebody says they want competition, or they say pull yourself up by your bootstraps, is when you actually start pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and you start competing and you start kicking butt. Then they start making these sanctions. That's when it's just like these white racists who say pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and you actually start doing it, and you actually start coming together, and you actually start coming up with a plan, and you actually start trying to help people. That's when they start acting a fool. That's when you see their real self come out. They want you oppressed. I work with children. I've been working with them for 2 years now. I actually started taking temporary custody of children in my home. I work with children that have been molested, that have been sexually abused, kids who have been starved at home, he said. Now, you don't see any liberal blacks trying to help this man out because he's not with the program. There's money in victimhood with the left, and that's what they want. They want blacks to be victims. They want blacks to always with their hand out to the white man. Okay? If they have the right to give you food, they have the right to starve you. We are in the process of opening a school for these children in the city of Albany. We are purchasing the school from my local school system, and we have been working on a deal for several months with our local school system, but they have been giving us pushback and trying to do things that are blatantly counterproductive as to what we are trying to do. We are trying to open our private school in the city of Albany, yet our school board leadership doesn't want those things to happen. He said that when he recently sought to purchase it, the purchase sales agreement sought $500,000 for the parcel, despite the fact the building would have otherwise been demolished. Trying to offer so much money for a school that's already, run down and has to be fixed up and stuff like that. They really, really, really trying to prevent this man from providing a future for these black kids. However, he added that he wasn't too upset in the end until he noticed the deed of the conveyance, including a usage restriction on the building that stated it cannot be used as a parochial or private school. Really? Really? I've never been a purchase sale agreement. I've never seen a purchase sale agreement where the seller tells a buyer what they can and can't do with the building. Okay, the person's selling the building. You sell the building's no longer yours, it's somebody else's. They can put in the contract and said that the deed of conveyance shall contain a use restriction that we cannot use the school that we are purchasing to open a private or charter school unless the Dougherty school system is providing educational services. This is crazy. It's like someone saying, I'll sell you this car, but you must only get the gas. You must only drive where we want you to drive. They're selling you the car. The car is no longer going to be in their possession. It's going to be in your possession. And you have the right to do what you see fit with that car, with that product that you purchased. Wow. I believe the taxpayers want this school to be donated to us. And the school superintendent told our community only way they could donate schools is if we could prove that the school would be a public benefit for the community. And clearly our school and our tax record for the X for boys are proven. We have been running for 2 years, 86% reading comprehension rate, 0% recidivism, he continued. Our superintendent knows we have children in the juvenile system waiting on the school to be open. We have children that are in foster homes and group homes waiting for the school to be open. We have many parents waiting for the school to be open. And I find it absolutely absurd to keep telling these children to wait. Randall alleged that an administrator told him that X for Boys is seen as competition and that he didn't want to donate a school to the competition. This shouldn't be about competition. This should be about kids having a better life, a better future. There it is. Right there, King Jones replied, "Is that the reason why they're doing this? They don't want any competition. Meanwhile, the system is failing our kids." Exactly. That's all they care about is money. They care about money. It's supposed to be caring about learning. This is why it's like these public schools and these teachers, unless you give a damn about kids, you shouldn't get a raise. And your actions prove it, your work ethic proves you care about these kids, you shouldn't get a raise. Okay? That's it. Pretty much. All right? This is why public schools are becoming the enemy, because it's all about money with them. All their attention, if their attention is diverted, if they're who they're giving attention to, who they're getting money from is diverted to somewhere else, they look at it as competition. This is sick. So tell me what you think about this story. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Later.